Let's generate an attack. In order for you to generate an attack, you must go into the work area. So let's go ahead and click the work area tab. Next, we're going to click go to attack area. So let's click there. Upon you clicking go to attack area, we're going to select the client's report that we want to attack. Next, we're going to select the credit report. And if you're utilizing My Free Score now, be sure to select Epic Pro Report. If you're utilizing Identity IQ, Smart Credit, or My Score IQ, you'll also select one of those options. So because we're using My Free Score now, we can go ahead and select Epic Pro Report. Next, we're going to select the attack type we have access to in the subscription. So whatever subscription you have subscribed to, that you'll pick the most aggressive attack type in that subscription. So let's go ahead and click there. Next, we're going to select our attack number. Now, if this is your first month, you're going to select your attack type and the number 1. If it's your second month, you're going to select the attack type and the number 2. So let's go ahead and select the attack type number 1. And the red, green, and blue box populates onto the screen. Please refer to the red, green, and blue box video in the Learning Center for further instructions on how to select here. Next, we're going to go ahead and click Next so that we can attack the negative items on the report. So let's click Next. And the software is now analyzing this report. We no longer have to touch anything here or anything in this middle area. Now, there may be a screen that populates that says, please verify creditor address for the following content boxes and provides numbers. This is simply letting you know that the software did not recognize how the bureaus labeled this information, and you will need to go and select it for the software. So simply click OK. And the software is analyzing. Now that the software is done analyzing the credit report, if you want to have your letters mailed and print out for you, this is a separate cost outside of your subscription. You will click here in the Documents Destination tab. There's already 3 boxes that are already pre-selected. No need to worry about those. The only boxes that you do need to select is the PAMS members, which is located here, Brent Bradford or Batty Team. So let's go ahead and select Batty Team. You'll then complete all the required tabs here and click Continue. Now, if you do want to go ahead and utilize this service, again, it is a separate cost outside of your subscription. And within 24 hours of you generating your letters, the PAMS member will respond to you by sending you a text message or email of your invoice. Once that invoice is paid, your letters will be printed and mailed out for you. Now, keep in mind, if you decide not to utilize this service, be sure to respond back to that email so that the PAMS member can cancel out that invoice. But I repeat, this is a separate cost outside of your subscription if you want to have your letters print and mailed out for you. Next, we want to make sure that we check this box here that says include all 3 bureaus. And this is because it's the most effective compliance-based approach and it is recommended. So let's go ahead and check this box here. Now, to ensure that your credit report has been uploaded successfully, you see this arrow here at the bottom right. If you hover over it, you will see numbers and they are color coded. Now, the blinking numbers are in reference to that note that we got that said, please verify creditor information for the following content boxes. That is for those blinking numbers. Now, if you hover over each color number, they'll tell you exactly what they stand for. This purple is personal information. This orange is a public record. Brown is a bad inquiry. Green is a positive account. This purple here is a student loan derogatory. This is a student loan delinquent. This is a charge-off account. This is a regular delinquent account. This blue here is a derogatory account. And if you happen to come across any other color, simply hover over it and the software will tell you exactly what it stands for. Now let's go ahead and address the blinking numbers. For this blinking number, it is a bankruptcy. For bankruptcy, You want to ensure that a bankruptcy court letter is generated. So you would need to click here in this area and select for data furnisher use, whatever attack type you're utilizing, general template letter. Next, we want to also click here in this box to select that bankruptcy court. So you'll scroll down the list to locate the USBK court and wherever you filed that bankruptcy. So let's go ahead and click there. And if we go back to number 2, it is no longer blinking. Now let's go to number 15. How you will establish this information. The creditor's information is located here. You will go back to this box here and search for that creditor. So let's scroll down our list, and there it is. So let's go ahead and select that one. And number 15 is no longer blinking. Now say, for example, number 42 was blinking. Let's go ahead and select there. And that creditor's information is located here. You would then follow the steps again. Search down the list to search for that creditor's information. Now say, for example, you did not locate this creditor's information, but you happen to have some information from that creditor that you received in the mail. You will scroll your list down, click Other, and you can type in that information into the software. Now say, for example, you don't have that information and you want to later go ahead and Google that information. You'll select here in this box again, scroll down your list, select blank. And when you generate your letters, a set of letters will be created with 3 blank lines at the top right of the documents where you can write in that information. So there will be 3 blank lines highlighted in yellow for you to write in that information. Now say that you don't have the information, you never received any correspondence from this creditor. It is just fine to send out your letters to the major 3. You do not have to establish this information here. Next, we want to go ahead and click to the top now that we have completed this process. And before we continue, we want to make sure, do not change anything here in these boxes. If you do, you will turn your AI off and you will only generate template letters. So I repeat, do not touch anything here unless it is a bankruptcy where you need to establish to have a bankruptcy court generated. Next, we will click up to the top. We will click Generate Letters. And you will get this notification here. This is letting you know that either you selected a PAMS member or you did not. And if this is something that you wanted to continue with, you will need to go ahead and confirm and proceed. Now keep in mind, once you generate your letters, there is no way for you to go back and change anything in the letter. So be sure that prior to you generating any letters, that you make sure the information in your Manage Client tab is correct. Next, you want to go ahead and click Confirm and Proceed. And your letters are now being generated. Now keep in mind, once your letters are done generating, a set of letters is going to be saved to your device. A set of letters is going to be saved here in your work area. And if you did select a PAMS member, a set of letters will be also sent to that PAMS member and you will receive an invoice within 24 hours to make payment for your letters to be printed and mailed out for you. Now, if you decide not to utilize this service, be sure to respond back to that PAMS member's email so that they can cancel out your invoice. Now, once your letters are done generating, we can see an example of what the letters look like. And once those letters are done generating, they will be located here in your work area. So those letters have now just done downloading, and we'll be able to see an example of those letters. So let's go ahead and go to the next screen here. And let's go ahead and see an example of a letter. So let's go ahead and click here. And here is an example of a letter. All the information that's needed for this letter or to attack this negative items on the report is located here. So your information is located here at the top left, where the letter is being sent to at the top right. And remember, if you decided to click blank for this letter, instead of you seeing this information listed here, it will be 3 blank lines highlighted in yellow for you to write in your information. Now here's the verbiage for the letters. And please do not question what you see here, as it's being communicated to the eOscar software that the bureaus use. Now let's go ahead and go down to see our identification document page. And here's your identification documents. Very clear, bright, and professional, okay? Be sure to mock what you see exactly here. Now let's go back to our software and let's go to the work area. And there are your letters.